Well, hello and how are you, friends? Hey, this here's Shenandoah Briscoe coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. That's right, St. Charles, Missouri. You know, it was the first state capital of Missouri back in 1821 and ran that way till 1826. This here is going to be blog number 188. That's right, 188, almost to 200. Boy, the countdown begins. Boy, I tell you what, I like it there. I like that there 200. That's a big number coming up. But we ain't there yet, so anywho, let's see. Let's give a shout out to old Hampton Inn. I remember the Hampton Inn. I got to stay in one just not too long ago. Right out there in South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina to be exact. As a matter of fact, if you want to be more exact, the Hampton Inn I got to stay in was called the Northeast Hampton Inn. That's right, and I tell you what, being a quadriplegic handicapped personnel in a body stuck such as mine, you have to be wary of your skin and any kind of a pressure on it and what kind of breakdown you're going to get. So I tell you what, you slip on in one of them Comfort Inn beds and you're going to be nice, cushy, and soft. Now, even if you're not a quadriplegic and you want a nice, peaceful rest, you just climb on into a Comfort Inn bed and rest your weary head. That's right. I'm telling you what, I ended up the first night I was down there, I was in a double room with a friend of mine, and, well, we ended up having to, we were going to do my care in the morning to take care of me. Actually, he was my Hoyer lift. We'll call him a Hoyer lift. That means he transfers me from my chair to my bed and vice versa. But anyway, my mama, my mama was walking back and forth between her room and my room, and she was getting some supplies out of the back of the van. And when she come by my room, the girl across the hall there, she was the housekeeping. Why, housekeeping looked over there at her and she says, "Why, what you carrying there?" My mom said, "Well, this is for my handicapped son. He's staying down here in this room." And the girl says, "Well, why isn't he in our handicapped room?" And, well, you know, they moved me, she says, "You wait right here, let me go see if it's available." So she goes and she checks it out, and it's completely available, so she takes my mom down there to the handicapped room, and my mom darn near cries, because, boy, I tell you, it was a beautiful room. So me and my roommate there, Buck, we moved on down to the other room, to the handicapped room. And I'm telling you what, there's a nice full queen-size bed in there, and then there was a fold-out couch, make a bed over there, and then there was a roll-in shower. I'm talking the complete roll-in shower situation with the shower head on the post up behind you, so you can slide her up and slide her down and shower all over the place. Take that shower head off in there so you can get those unreachable places. And then also the whole place was tiled. That way, if you made a little spill out over that way, well, by golly, it would all run down to the drain. It was all good. It was great. As a matter of fact, not only was the room accessible, but so was the swimming pool. You went outside there. If you wanted to go swimming, you just transfer out of your chair right on to their power swivel, and that thing, you'll sit right down in there and put a seat belt on, and it'll swivel you right around and down into that nice cool water. Yes, sir, when it's hot outside, there ain't nothing like a nice cool pool to slip away your worries. Yes, sir. Ain't no heat gonna be a problem if you got you a nice cool pool, and if it's handicapped accessible, none the better, I tell you. Well, that there was a Real nice atmosphere thing too. And I'm telling you what, when we woke up in the morning, there weren't no need to go looking for no restaurants. You just got yourself up and you went on down there to the morning breakfast bar there, and I'm telling you what, they put out a spread. It ain't no continental Danish and coffee thing. No way. It's pancakes and sausage and waffles, and I'm telling you, they put out a spread. And later on, just before you go to bed, they did it again. They've got a nice little cocktail snack down there, and boy, I tell you, it's pretty good. It's a good place to stop on your travels. If you're ever having to travel and you need a place to lay your weary head, stop on into a Hampton Inn, and that's where you'll find you a nice comfy bed. Alrighty then, I'm gonna jump off of that there subject and go on about my business. I tell you what, I was out yesterday, and I think I covered this yesterday pretty much. I was out yesterday and I was talking to my neighbor, and they finally filled up their hummingbird feeder, and well, we was sitting there watching them hummingbirds going back and forth, and yeah, buddy. And I come home to mine. My hummingbird feeder is actually empty. I looked at it this morning when I went outside, so I'm going to have to refill mine. But you know how that is. You don't want to leave it too long empty, because well, them hummingbirds, they'll leave. They'll go find them some elsewhere. But that one there at the other people's house, he was persistent. He just kept hanging around, so he had him a feeder all to his own. Yep, I remember covering that stuff yesterday. Yeah, I was looking at some songs today, but I decided not to do them on account, well, I want to try to get away with one day without singing, you know what I'm saying? Give old Craig a break, you know. He ought to get out his earplugs every time I sing, so he says. But it's a bit chewy. Yeah, I'm going to get out there in it today, because I tell you what, I got a full charge battery, and I'm going to take my chair on off, and I'm going to head on down to the Katy Trail. I'm going to bugger my butt on up to the, up there to Frontier Park, and I'm going to look around. Probably find myself over on Main Street. You know, Main Street in St. Charles is a very historic place. And if you ain't got nothing to do this winter, I'm telling you, stop on into St. Charles, Missouri, and go on down to our Main Street, and you'll get to see Santa Clauses from all around the world. Yeah, they have quartets a singing, walking along. They have fairy princesses and witches and everything else too. But along them lines, you've got, you know what I never did see was the Winter Warlock. But just because I ain't seen him doesn't mean he's not there. That's right. They've got the Sugar Plum Fairy. That's the fairy they had. Yeah, a little Sugar Plum Fairy and different such like that. It's a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. They've got trading cards for the kids, and if you go up to each one of the Santa Clauses and the fairies and the whatnot, you'll get you a trading card, and the whole deal is to collect them all. And there's like 60 of them. I remember when my boy was young, we'd go over there and we'd collect them all up, and we'd make sure we had them all. So it was a fun time, I'm telling you. It was a fun time. Yes, sir, that's right. Sorry, I was adjusting something there. It was the volume control. So I hope I'm not blasting you all out now that I turned that up. I'm trying to keep from it. Oh, boy, it's a bit nippy in here for me, so in a minute I'm going to get to go outside and feel that heat pumping down on me nice and warm, boy. Sun's a shining bright and the birds are singing. We got the birds a singing, the sun is shining, and the clouds just puffy and white blowing on by. I noticed that about my friend's house the other day. They had puffy clouds in their house. They had painted it blue and puffy white clouds, and I wrote up a new song for it. I've got sunshine, I've got blue skies on a cloudy day. When it's raining out there, in my house I'll stay, 'cause I see blue skies and puffy white clouds around me. It's beautiful right here in my home. Yeah, beautiful right here in my home. Oh yeah, well, I think I done that one the other day too. And then there's the other one. Blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Pretty little bluebird sitting on a limb, wanting to hear that man above him. I don't know. That there's Willie Nelson for you. Best I can do of him. I don't know, but there's one of them days that you get out there and you get all that there voice activation going on, and you think to yourself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, you think to yourself, what a wonderful world. The Great Satchmo. There you go. I see skies of blue, red robins too, children passing, saying how do you do, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful well, Pilgrim, I think that just about does it. I was just trying to get through a couple voices. Oh, the voices that I do now, though, they don't work. They don't count because nobody knows them anymore. These people aren't popular anymore. Well, you dirty rat. See? Nobody knows him. I say, why do I gotta live in this drafty old house? Zuzu's pedals. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, friends, I've been sitting out here in my chair all day long, and I've gotten myself a bit of a red face. If you look at it right there, looking at you, you can see that I'm a bit of a red face. And I don't know why. I think it's because I sat in the sun too long and I went to sleep. That's right. I closed my eyes and I opened my mouth. One of these days I'm going to get something invented that is a very good and tasty sunscreen for the top of the roof of your mouth. Because it always seems to be like every time I get to sleep, I end up like this. Every time I'm sitting out in the sun, my head goes back and my mouth goes open. Well, I'm swapping in and out of different accents right there in that little phrase. I had an English accent, then I had a different type of a Southern accent, and then I had a British accent, and then I had an Irish accent. Well, I tell you what, I couldn't keep them straight. Couldn't keep them straight. Could you keep them straight? Did you hear them going in and out? I don't know. One of these days, somebody told me I should do a whole British accent thing one time, and I don't think I could do it. I'd fall in and out of character so often it would just be wrong. bad wrong. But anyway, hey, you know what? The time is now 15 minutes. And so therefore, you know what that means. It's time for me to say, well, hey, this is Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? You know, God loves you and so do I. So, be blessed in Jesus' name and come back and see me tomorrow. You know, I'll be here. I hope you are too.